Hello, adventurers and curious explorers! You are tuned in to Lumi's quests, and today we are embarking on our most important journey yet. Ready? Fantastic! Welcome to Giggle-Grove. If you're ready for adventure, let us know by tapping the like button now. We don't have boring clocks or loud alarms here. We live by the light. In our magical world, the very soul and life force of the forest are measured not by time, but by luminosity. The heart of our forest is the magnificent Sunstone Altar. This isn't just a rock, it's an ancient power source fueled by the joy and restful slumber of our huge friend, the sleeping giant. As long as the altar shines with a bright, warm light, our forest is safe. The birds sing, the rivers giggle, and everything thrives. But as you know, even the brightest glow can sometimes dim, and that, my friends, is where our trouble begins. Something felt wrong this morning. The sunstone was fading, and it was fading alarmingly fast. It pulsed a weak, anxious orange instead of its usual triumphant gold. This is not just a little dim, this is a catastrophe. If we fail to restore its power, Giggle-Grove will fall into a permanent, quiet sleep, and all our magic will vanish. To get the stone back to full, shimmering power, we need to find echo crystals, 3 ancient, magical artifacts. These crystals are scattered across the body of the sleeping giant, like glowing beauty marks. We only have until the sun dips down and touches the very lowest leaf on the canopy oak. We have to make it. Join us as we race against the clock to find these crystals and save the grove. We are the Giggle-Grove adventurers. Grab your curiosity and your courage and come along as we dive headfirst into our first and perhaps toughest big challenge. The call and character conflict. The Sunstone's red alert instantly polarized our team. My dear Zipp, our little bundle of boundless energy, simply could not stand still. He zipped around the room, his little feet tapping a frantic beat on the floor. "Go, run, we need to run right now," he insisted, convinced that every lost second was a step toward disaster. He was already halfway into his lightweight backpack without even checking its contents. Shelby, our master strategist, was, of course, already at her workstation, providing a complete contrast to Zipp's impulsivity. She had spread out her maps, parchments, and 3 different colored markers. She didn't even look up as she responded to Zipp in a stern but calm tone. "Zipp, have you forgotten rule number 3 of the Prepared Traveler? It states, impulse is the cousin of disaster." She grumbled that she would not move a single muscle until she had a fully verified checklist and at least 3 backup plans in case things went sideways. To ensure no one succumbed to sudden urges, Shelby took decisive action regarding the exit. She purposefully activated the lock. It was a brand new, gleaming Mark IV safety latch, invented by Otis. With a loud click-clack, the door was secured. "No one leaves," Shelby declared, "until the inventory is complete. We cannot lose vital tools due to haste." Zipp groaned dramatically, while Otis, our inventor, looked simultaneously proud and slightly apologetic about the sturdiness of his invention. I felt it was necessary to intervene before our friends devolved into an argument over hiking gear. I gently reminded them that the Sunstone Altar needed both Zipp's speed and Shelby's plan. "We need balance, my friends," I said, pointing to our ancient map. "I know the location of the first crystal. It is the secret Geode, and we need to get there quickly but smartly." Shelby immediately located the Geode on her map. Her brow furrowed as she analyzed the notes. "The Geode requires extreme caution," she confirmed. "It's a place filled with fragile, pure magic. And, most importantly, it requires absolute silence. The slightest sound could cause an unpredictable reaction." So, our first destination is set. Silence and tension await us. Mini Quest 1. The Secret Geode Challenge. Our first mini-quest led us inside the secret geode. It was a breathtaking sight, a massive cavern whose walls were lined with shimmering, sharp, crystalline formations, like a giant jeweled vault. The geode was filled with the pure, untamed magic of the sleeping giant. High on a ledge at the center, we spotted our first echo crystal. It glowed with a soft, promising blue light. But as Shelby had warned, these crystals were not only beautiful, but incredibly sensitive. They were like nervous strings. The slightest, unexpected sound could trigger a reaction. We all moved into the geode with maximum caution, taking tiny, quiet steps so as not to disturb the serenity of the space. Otis, always eager to help with his inventions, decided he could save us time. He produced his Extendo Grabber, a complex mechanical arm designed to retrieve items from a distance. He carefully extended it toward the ledge, trying to be as quiet as possible. But the geode was tricky. Just as the arm was about to touch the crystal, one of the mechanism's joints buckled, and there was a loud metallic clang against the cavern floor. Instantly, the geode crystals shrieked in unison. The sound was not just loud, it was sharp and painful, like 1,000 tiny needles in our ears. We all winced and covered our heads, and Otis dropped his grabber in shock. While the rest of us recoiled, Moby, our quietest and most sensitive friend, did what we couldn't. He didn't panic. He sensed the crystals weren't angry, they were simply scared by the sudden noise. Their shriek wasn't an attack, but a defensive reaction to the loud sound. Relying on his deep empathy, the ability to feel what others feel, Moby began to move. Slowly and deliberately, almost in perfect silence, he crept toward the ledge. His presence was so gentle and soothing, it was as if he was talking to the crystal without a single word. He projected a sense that everything would be all right. And it worked. The shrieking gradually subsided, replaced by a soft, calming hum. Moby carefully lifted the first echo crystal. Success! Shelby let out a sigh of relief, clearly thrilled that her plan, despite the setback, was back on track. But before she could even write crystal number 1 secured, Zipp was already at the exit, boiling over with impatience after the forced pause. "Awesome! 1 down!" Zipp shouted, not waiting a second. "I'm running ahead to scout the Whispering Bridge." With a rapid pitter-patter of his tiny feet, he was gone into the shadows, celebrating the victory and completely forgetting the necessity of sticking with the team. Introduction of Finn, the Gleam Thief. Zipp was utterly euphoric. He literally glowed with pride and excitement as he bounded out of the secret geode. Tucked safely in his small satchel was the first precious echo crystal, radiating a soft, inviting warmth. Zipp, of course, felt like a hero. He had completely forgotten the very first and most crucial rule of teamwork: stay with the team. His mind was entirely consumed by the bright, warm glow of the crystal he carried. To him, that crystal was not just a symbol of Giggle-Grove saved, but a trophy, a testament to his bravery and speed. He was so focused on his own joy and the anticipation of the next adventure that he noticed nothing else around him. But at that very moment, lurking in the deep shadow of the old, gnarled roots of the great canopy oak, another pair of eyes was watching. They were quick, clever, and incredibly observant. These eyes belonged to Finn, known throughout Giggle-Grove as the Gleam Thief. Finn was a creature who lived for all things bright and shiny. To him, any glimmering object was an irresistible treasure, an item of almost magical allure. As Finn spotted the echo crystal carelessly carried by Zipp, his eyes lit up with almost as much intensity as the crystal itself. This was more than mere desire, it was an obsessive fixation. A tiny, excited sound escaped his lips, a barely audible whisper. So shiny. Mine, he muttered, his voice brimming with anticipation. Finn wasn't just a thief, he was a true artist of deception and speed. He was renowned for his agility, and his movements were so fluid and silent that it seemed as if he glided through the air. With a quick, slick movement that was almost impossible to track, he began his chase. He wasn't about to merely watch this treasure slip away. Zipp, absorbed in his triumph and already rushing towards the next adventure, was utterly unaware that he had become the target of the most nimble thief in Giggle-Grove. Danger was now hot on his heels. Mini Quest 2: Whispering Bridge. Action and conflict. The Whispering Bridge was our next challenge. It was a long, thin route stretched between two hills, a direct path across the body of the sleeping giant. It was named the Whispering Bridge because whenever the giant shifted even slightly in his sleep, the bridge would sway and tremble, making strange, soft noises. Zipp, always rushing, didn't wait for us. He bounded onto the route, and immediately the ground began to move. The giant must have been dreaming of running because the bridge began to sway violently. Zipp was thrown off balance. Shelby was quick to grab hold of a sturdy branch, reminding us that this was exactly why they needed a plan. It was a perfect task for Otis. He quickly fashioned gravity anchor boots, clever mechanisms made of woven moss and thick resin to stabilize our footing. With his invention, we were able to move slowly and steadily across the dangerous, trembling bridge. The loss of the artifact. As we focused on the treacherous swaying, Finn, the Gleam Thief, saw his opportunity. He was quick, slick, and quiet. While Otis was distracted adjusting his invention, Finn used a long, thin root like a rope to slide silently down to our level. He deftly plucked the bright echo crystal right out of Zipp's gear pouch. But Finn, being a trickster, didn't simply leave. He replaced the valuable crystal with a piece of crumpled, shiny candy wrapper, a brilliant imitation. When we finally reached the other side, exhausted but triumphant, Shelby conducted her mandatory check of the supplies. Her relief instantly turned to shock. The crystal was gone. In its place was nothing but a cheap piece of litter. Finn had struck. Blame and Lumi's wisdom. Chaos erupted. Zipp, immediately frustrated, blamed Shelby for being too slow with the plan. Shelby, equally stressed, blamed Zipp for running ahead and exposing their precious cargo. The Sunstone was still fading, and now they were losing valuable time arguing. I gently intervened. I reminded them that arguing would not bring the crystal back. We had lost one artifact, but the Sunstone still needed 2 more. I told them that Finn was clever, but his weakness was his greed. We could outsmart him, but only if we stopped blaming each other. Our new mission had 2 parts. First, find the second echo crystal. Second, devise a trap to retrieve the first. Mini Quest 3: The Dream Pockets. The clue. Our next destination was the Dream Pockets, soft, mossy hollows on the giant's back where his dreams surfaced as floating holographic images. These images, dancing flowers, flying fish, imaginary friends, were beautiful but incredibly distracting. Zipp and Otis were immediately captivated, chasing after the glittering dreamfish, convinced they were real. Shelby, trying to follow the map, was confused by the illusory landscape. It seemed impossible to find the real crystal among so many unreal things. Moby, however, was quiet. He felt the giant's sadness in the air. He explained that the giant was dreaming of a beautiful lost memory. Moby realized the real crystal would not shine brightly like the dreams. It would pulsate with warmth and stability like a true, quiet memory. Relying on his empathy and deep observation, Moby led us straight to the second echo crystal, a beautiful piece that was pulsing, not flashing. Now we had two tasks: charge the stone and catch a fox. Culmination and tricking Finn. With the second crystal secured, our focus shifted entirely to Finn. We knew the Sunstone needed that first crystal, and time was running out. Shelby, though initially upset by the theft, quickly saw an opportunity. She proposed we use Finn's own greed against him. Shelby had been carrying a small, beautifully polished piece of amber, something she considered too important to list, a true piece of personal treasure. Now she was ready to sacrifice it. We placed the amber on a prominent root near the altar, positioning ourselves behind a cluster of giant mushrooms. Zipp was instructed to wait for my signal, while Otis prepared his invention, the Mark V Pouch Snatcher, a complex system designed to quickly yank the original crystal back without harming the thief. Soon enough, Finn appeared. He saw the beautiful amber, gasped, and rushed toward it. He was so distracted by the new shine that he momentarily forgot about the crystal he had just stolen. The final chase and resolution. "Now, Zipp, now!" I whispered. Zipp, demonstrating incredible speed and control, bounded out. He didn't try to catch Finn, but instead ran a tight circle, cutting off Finn's escape route back into the shadows. Finn, panicked, dropped the stolen crystal as he darted away from Zipp's path. As the crystal rolled, Otis activated his pouch snatcher. The mechanism worked perfectly. A quick, moss-covered vine shot out, retrieved the crystal, and retracted it safely back to Shelby. Finn, seeing his stolen treasure gone, stopped short. He wasn't angry, he was utterly heartbroken. He looked betrayed and sad. Moby, seeing Finn's genuine disappointment, felt immense sympathy. He gently explained that the crystal's power was needed to save his forest too. Finn, though reluctantly, finally understood that the value of the Sunstone was greater than its shine. He gave us a quick, sneaky nod and disappeared into the thicket, leaving the beautiful amber behind. The epilogue and moral lesson. And there we have it, friends. The Sunstone shines. With a final cheer of relief, we secured both echo crystals back onto the altar. The moment the last crystal was set, a wave of warm, golden light washed over Giggle-Grove. The altar flared with a triumphant glow, and the gentle, magical hum that is the very life of our forest returned. We succeeded. We saved Giggle-Grove from an eternal sleep. We won not because of one action alone. We won because Zipp's speed was complemented by Shelby's patience, and Otis's ingenuity was balanced by Moby's quiet empathy. The greatest magic is teamwork. But wait, our adventures are far from over. While the quick-witted Finn, the Gleam Thief, managed to slip back into the shadows, he dropped a mysterious old scroll in his haste. The scroll shows a hidden valley, a place marked on the map as the Lost Waterfall. We think it might be an artifact more valuable than any crystal. Now it's time for the most important part of our quest. We need your help. We are hosting the Lumi's Legend Contest. We need a new rule to keep Zipp and Shelby from arguing next time. What new rule for teamwork should they adopt on their next mission? Propose your best rule in the comments below. We'll feature the most helpful idea in our next quest. Also, your adventure doesn't end here. To get ready for our next mission to the Lost Waterfall, subscribe to Lumi's Quests and hit the bell so you don't miss where Finn's scroll leads us next. See you in the next adventure.